Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Asia Pickleball Insider. I am your host, Mio Claudio, and I am joined by the one and only.
I like this intro every week. The one and only always. This is great. Thank you. Thank you, Migo. Good to be here. Hi, guys. Rob Nunnery. Welcome to API.
The one and only until we have a guest on where you lose that title. So you enjoy it.
Then they're the one and only. Yeah.
Enjoy it while you can. So pretty standard week in Asian pickleball. You know, we have a global pickleball alliance tournament. I had to go through registration for a tournament today, so I wanna talk about that, and I want to hear
Yep.
your takes too on I don't know just how it works in general. We have some PCL stuff. The Philippines finished Cebu, and I also saw Malaysia finish their PCL, and Team
Why are you
Saipic might
smiling?
have some competition because Team Saipic has some
Okay.
competition, and
Good.
it's gonna be fun to
Stacked.
watch.
Love it.
Yeah. And an announcement for later on this week, especially for those in the Philippines who watch the pod. So, yeah, lots to talk about today. But so, just to give everyone context, Rob, just this is like midday for Rob, peak energy. It is
Correct.
11. It is 11 p.m. here in the Philippines. I had to go through 120 players who registered for the SM Super Series today, and I had to look through because, and this is the problem. One, DUPR reset just started.
Well,
So
talk about the DUPR reset real quick.
I see the benefits of it, but I also see
Or what is it?
so from what I understand, DUPR is making it so you can pay around $40 to reset the DUPR on your account to the last 8 games. Or reset it and then play 8 games and then have a new DUPR. And the benefits is I have a friend who has not been able to join any tournaments because he was farming mixed doubles for the longest time. And since doubles counts the same, his duper ended up climbing to a 4-5.
And what
Because
is
of
it?
mixed.
What should he be? And what should he be?
He's like a 3-8, 3-9, maybe
Okay.
4 on a good day. But then he
Yeah.
hasn't been able to join any tournaments that are rating him off his duper because of that 4-5 duper, which he got through only playing mixed. So that's why he did that. That's where it's beneficial. The downside is I could not use Duper for this tournament. So I had to use a different criteria where I had made it if they were novice, they could not have podiumed in intermediate. If they want to sign up for intermediate, they could not have podiumed in advanced. And if they're advanced, they can't be on a pro league, signed like a pro team of a brand, or they can't have podiumed in open in the last year. And
Got
that
it.
meant I had to search every single person's name, Pickleball,
Yep.
to try and find past tournament results.
So very manual. You didn't use your homie Claude for that?
I tried,
Yeah.
I half did. I used it for novice because intermediate advanced, it's a lot easier to find because
Yeah.
the tournament results actually get posted for advanced
Yeah.
tournaments and for open tournaments. When you're trying to find when someone's won an intermediate, like a 3-3-5.
Yeah, you're digging all over. Digging all over. Did you have them actually submit like their results with it, or this happened after the fact, after they already registered?
So the problem with the tournament is that, well, the problem with our format is we're doing it in the mall. We have 2 courts, so we can only fit in 30 teams total, 10 per
Yeah.
division.
Yeah.
So these people sign up like it's college free for all enlistment, where I had multiple people just put the same name for all 4 players on the team just so they could finish it as soon as possible, and then they just emailed me after. Sorry, had to finish registration. Here's the actual names.
Yeah.
So if we ask them to put in past tournament results, one, they could also just not include the results that would eliminate them. But also it would waste more time and they could make it so they don't end up being able to register.
Yeah.
But went through it, went relatively smoothly. We're almost complete. I think just 1 or 2 slots are left. But that's gonna be exciting. That's gonna be happening April 7th to 12th. And I think this is the hard thing with amateur tournaments as well. That a lot of people, not just in the Philippines, but especially across Asia, are trying to have to navigate. Because in the States, you guys have Duper, and it's so ingrained
Yeah.
already. So you can almost everyone is gonna have a super high reliability Duper. In Asia, that's just not the case yet. I don't know what's taking us so long, but it's making it so tournament directors have to try and find different ways to regulate. But yeah, it's a burden.
Like, are a lot of people doing the reset, you think?
It's either a lot of people doing the reset or just a lot of people, for some reason, still don't have dupers or their clubs just don't do duper games. So
Yeah.
I think after looking through everyone's accounts, because I also tried to use their duper accounts to find their past tournaments, I only found one guy with a reliability higher than 80, and it's just a struggle. So I guess that's why it's also easier to run open division tournaments in a way, because literally whoever wants can join. Whoever wins wins. There's no. I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about sandbagging in open.
Yeah, it's just
But
open.
yeah, I also found out because one of the criteria I put, and I think you'll find this kind of funny. One of the criteria I put was they can't have podiumed in an open tournament. Today I found out there's such thing as open 35 plus.
Yeah, dude. That's like something India does. India does a lot of that stuff.
But then it's not open because
Correct.
it's 35 plus.
Yeah. Correct. It's 35 plus open. Open skill 35 plus.
So
But
yeah,
not open.
I had to
Yeah.
clarify with someone who was like, "Wait, I podiumed in 35 plus open," and I'm like, "There's a 35 plus open because every tournament I've seen it goes 19 novice, intermediate, advanced, open." But yeah,
I've played
so
35 plus. I've played 35 plus open.
and you didn't win.
I usually win that one. So
It's
you're busy. You're busy. So when is that happening though?
that's gonna be April 7 to 12. So it's a weird format. We're doing it. We're so afternoons on the weekdays because it's easier for people to get the half day leave from work instead of a full day
Yeah.
one. Because again, it's an amateur tournament. These guys aren't full timing pickleball. And then on the weekends, it's whole day. So first 2 days are novice, next 2 days are intermediate, Saturday is advanced, and then Sunday, all three divisions play their finals.
That's a
So
long tournament. 2 courts.
two courts,
It's a long
120
tournament.
people. Tell
Yeah.
me
Oh,
about it.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, kind of compromises we have to make.
Yeah.
One,
Well, we
do
don't. Yeah, for facilities in the Philippines, right? There's not a ton where you can run tournaments.
yeah, no, but then the compromise for this is we have to do this format, but we get to do it in the mall with millions of people walking by throughout the weekend, throughout the week, making it so that, you know, we've shown so many people what pickleball is for the first time through just seeing it in the mall.
Yeah.
And that's going to continue happening. This is our 5th Super Series tournament, so really looking forward to it. It's the first one of this year, so trying new things as well. But yeah, amateur tournaments.
A lot of effort.
I had to mentally prepare myself for registration because I'm like, why is this guy joining this category? Get him out. I had to message people. I had to. Holy moly.
The life of a tournament director.
Yeah. Another tournament happening not just in the Philippines but across Asia is PCL. And go back to the Philippines later, but PCL Malaysia, I did not see the tournament, but I saw the results. And that's where I said Team Saipik should be worried because I saw Afats on Team Malaysia.
Okay. Yep.
So for
him.
those who don't know, he's also a Ram Sports athlete, and I did not realize he was still 19.
I knew he was young. Yeah, what is he? He's either 18, maybe 17 even.
No, I think he's 18, might be pushing 19 already. No, he's a strong player. I don't know about the rest of his team, but that's gonna be a fun challenge for the Philippine teams. For someone who's supporting the Philippine teams, he's like, yeah, I know he plays the main draws, or he qualifies for the main draws in PPAs a good amount of the time.
He got a win over. It was like a round robin win, so just one game, but he got a game off Jack Wong in round robin singles. So he's good.
So
better at singles than dubs right now, but still good.
No, yeah, I had to play him in the PCL Asia exhibition because they needed a last minute sub for the amateur tournament, and then someone pulled him in. Lit up's a strong word.
But fair.
It was close.
Okay.
Yeah. Then locally we had PCL Cebu, and that one Velaris won it. So we have 2 Velaris teams going to China along with Team Saipik. Again, Velaris also got second. I kind of just want to highlight the fact that for those outside the Philippines, Velaris is an apartment building. They're
What
trying
do you
to
like?
promote. It's
That's
a
the
it's a
brand.
it's a luxury apartment building that's being built right now by a land developer who, and this has been since last year. They're opening up, I think, next year or the year after. They have one pickleball court in their building, and somehow that's justified them being in basically every team tournament.
Yeah, all you hear
And
is
I
Valeris in
love
the
that.
Philippines. That's hey, it's good. Yeah, it's effective. They must just love pickle.
They do, and also they are going to be located right next to Helios when that opens.
The apartment is
Yeah.
what a combo. Live there, just go over to Helios for pickle. That's like the dream right there.
So I think it's interesting. They're one of the few really big cash heavy brands that really put a lot towards pickleball. And I'm just hoping that we get a lot more moving forward, because right now pickleball is kind of very self funded. You know, it's like the
Yeah,
paddle company sponsoring the events, and then
yeah,
people
yeah.
buy
It's
the
all
paddles, goes
yeah,
in a circle.
it's all cyclical money just going around and around. There's no outside money really pushing it right now.
Yeah, there's the
Other than
AI
like,
bubble.
but Valeris, I mean,
Yeah. So hoping for a lot more. I'm kind of curious to see how the level's gonna be when they get to China, though. The different regions of the Philippines. I know there's a lot of.
are there a lot of teams in China under 19?
I'm assuming there would be similar to last season, where it was like more than half the teams were Chinese.
But
But
also like lower level on some of them, and then a couple good ones. Yeah, I
yeah,
know
but I
they.
mean,
Yeah,
the finals was double China, so
yeah, exactly, exactly.
they're going to be strong regardless. And I'm also just curious to see the different regions to see how, how they stack up to Manila. Because I know a lot of people flew in for our leg. So I'm curious to see if it's the same for the others. But yeah, so that's it for the younger side and the amateur side. Moving on a bit to more your territory, the pro side. There's a DJoy
Yes.
tournament happening starting tomorrow as of this recording. It's part of the Global Pickleball Alliance's tour. And something that the Global Pickleball Alliance is doing really well is they're not letting these US pros sleep on these events.
Yeah, they're not staying in the U.S. It's good. Got a lot of it's turned like a global alliance. You got a lot of the U.S. players going to Vietnam for this one. DJoy is a big part of the global alliance, running their leg of events, and you have basically the whole suite of the APP pros over there right now, which you're gonna have Jack Monroe, Sophia Seven. You got Megan Fudge, Ryler DeHart. You got Casey Diamond, Shelby Bates. You got the whole crew over there, essentially. And that's just great for pickleball in Asia. I mean, so that's awesome. It's really great to see the Global Pickleball Alliance doing that. And obviously got a lot of PPA events coming up in Asia this year as well. So, I mean, we talked about this a little bit last year, Migo, where Asia, it seems like people are listening to us. Asia is going pretty nuts in terms of getting the pro game going over here. And I hope all of the Asian aspiring pros are really taking advantage of it. And like if you're an Asian player and you're wanting to go pro, you have to get into these tournaments. You have to go play the DJoy. You have to go play the APP Malaysia, get into the PPAs. Like it's such good exposure that you would not be able to get a year and a half ago, even a year ago, even. So the fact that you're getting exposure to the US pros that, any of these APP pros can compete on the PPA tour just as well, right? Might not go as deep, but can compete and beat anybody on any given day. So the level is really great. And to get that exposure, take advantage, get out there, play.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in a region like Vietnam. I think, well, Vietnam has been the region that's been not, I wouldn't say surprising, because it's expected that they're the strongest region in Asia, but they're the ones that are really shaking up global pickleball. So the first time their PPA came here, they took a game off of the Vietnamese team took a game off Ben and Alshon. And then fast forward a few more PPAs, they ended up winning the men's doubles. This is Kwon Do and Hyun Trong, if I'm not mistaken. And now I'm just waiting for who's next, because I just know that there's so many great players popping up in
Yeah.
Vietnam. I'm sure either this tournament or the next, or maybe the next PPA Asia or the next APP that comes to Vietnam, there's going to be another Vietnamese pair that I had not heard of prior to the event that is going to stop the show. That is going to do something crazy, pull off a crazy upset. And especially with how self sufficient of a region Vietnam is, the competition is just so high
Yeah.
there that there's got to be someone. So
There
that's
will
going to
be.
be.
There will be. And I think like what's going on with PCL Rising Stars, such a good training ground for these players to get like high level competitive matches, get tournament experience, really develop. And it's a perfect pipeline that PCL is creating with the Rising Stars going into some of the pro events and the Global Alliance and the PPA events that are going to be popping up. So it's a cool pipeline that's you're seeing to start develop, right? From PCL Rising Stars to the boarding academy at Hainan. There's a lot happening, and it's exciting to see because we're going to see some really, really great Asian talent over the next year or two, guaranteed. I'll be curious to see where it comes from, but I would imagine we'll see it at Rising Stars PCL, as that keeps developing.
Yeah, Rob's hoping for some more competition here because all the people around his level just don't want to play.
Yeah, come on, guys. Let's go. Get better.
But speaking of, I will. Would you? I guess they would count as the peak of Asian pickleball, maybe, because they did just win, and he did just win in APP Malaysia. This is coming out for the first time here. It hasn't been announced yet. Ryan Fu, APP Malaysia men's doubles gold medalist and athlete of unsigned, as he posted recently. And I found pretty
he's
funny.
pretty funny with everything after the PPA termination. He's open for camps and clinics. If you want to hire Ryan Fu, give him a call.
And so we did. So he's going to be coming over to the Philippines this March 28th. Going to be doing a small event with him, helping also the Rising Stars pipeline.
Awesome.
So we're going to invite over some of the PCL Rising Stars participants to come over and do a clinic with him, do some games, as well as some content creators so we can get the word around, help build the sport. So if anybody's interested in joining that, they can reach out to me on Instagram. And, this is only well, not counting you. This would be the second or third time that a pros come to the Philippines and done an event.
Take advantage.
We haven't had a PPA. We haven't had an APP. So with us being one of the smaller regions in Asia, we'll take what we can get.
No, it's great. Anytime, like I said, even with getting out there and playing the tournaments that come through you have pro level players, anytime you have access or the ability to get around pros that have played at the highest level, take advantage. Go listen to them. They've played all the best players in the world. I know Ryan just won the APP in Malaysia with Jack. He's beaten a lot of the top PPA players as well. Great player, great person. Go soak up some knowledge and get exposure because it's like you said, Migo, it's not every day that you get high level pros in the Philippines. So when you do and you have the ability to go learn from them, go do it.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting, especially for the Rising Stars, because we're not just inviting the team that won. We're also going to be inviting everyone that participated in the event.
Awesome.
So for all the young players that joined, that help support us, we're going to be offering them a chance to get world-class training. So that's just going to be really exciting. And another thing, this is the semi-connected thing, but it is Women's Month. So the next day after the Ryan Fu event, yeah, my transitions are amazing.
It's go on a date with Ryan Fu Day for all the women out there for Women's Day.
The official name is Queens of the Court. and
I love it.
Cannot keep a straight face. No, but the official name is Queens of the Court. It's going to be an all-women's event where they're going to be open place, games, prizes, and the clinic with Ryan Fu for women only.
Shirtless. Topless clinic with Ryan Fu on Women's Day. Let's go.
Not in the middle of the mall.
Even better.
Why do
the cold AC? Got the cold AC. The nips are going to be hard on Ryan. They're going to love it.
I think if it was James, he'd do it.
Yeah. James would probably do it. Just up the price a little bit, make it
for their eyes only. But no, but that's just something we're doing as well to give back to the community, offering a clinic there. So
yeah, that's great.
I think we're doing that open registration actually, or maybe random. Still trying to figure that out. I'm trying to plan the whole thing, but yeah, that's gonna be fun. And before we wrap up, because Rob is busy, he actually has things to do today because it is still morning.
I gotta go get an oxygen chamber
again. You're literally in
I do it 5 days a week, like 90 minutes each time.
What do you even do in there?
I take my laptop, do some emails and work and stuff.
Serious? I thought you were just saying you take a nap. You actually go in there and
yeah, I just go chill. Just like
wait, that actually sounds so good. Just getting oxygen pumped into your body while doing work.
Yep. It's pretty dope. But the chamber's soft shell, so it's not as strong as some of the real clinical grade like hard shell chambers or like what I really need. But I'm not in this big place. I'm not in a big town where they have that. So I take what I can get. It's still great and useful. It's just not as strong and the pressure's not as great as it would be in like a hard shell chamber.
No, but that still sounds great. Like you're
Yeah.
definitely looking a lot better. So it's clearly doing something.
Thank you. Was I looking bad before, Migo?
Yes, you were as pale as could be the first day back.
Hello. Podcast time. What do you have down? What do you have? What do you got to do?
I gotta sleep.
Come on.
It is midnight.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you always doing this in the evening. It's tough with me being over here, but we'll be back on the same time zone soon.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting having you back. But just to wrap up, want to thank everyone for watching. This is a pretty short episode. Just quickly going through a little news updates on what's happening in Asia. Do wanna let you guys keep your eyes on the DJoy tournament. Follow that if you can. I don't know if there will be English coverage, but
Unlikely. Very unlikely.
still tune in. Maybe practice your Vietnamese. And then week after that, we do have PCL happening. If I'm not, yeah, weekend after that, we have PCL happening. So we will definitely be doing a Sports Predict contest for that. And just
Let's
to give
go.
them a quick shout out, Sports Predict is the sponsor of this podcast. They are a platform that allows you to predict on sports and have all the fun with none of the gambling. So if you're trying to prove that you're the best, no, Rob, now is not the time for you to mention that you are the number one pickleball predictor in the world on Sports Predict.
It's just, if it weren't objectively true, I wouldn't talk about it so much. But the fact that it's just like, yeah, I mean, they email me like, hey, as one of the top predictors in the world at this, can you please give us some feedback? Of course I can. Anything for the platform that allows me to be the platform,
So this is why everyone should join. We'll start preparing it next week. We'll talk about it probably on next week's episode, since all the PCL tournaments should be done by then. So we'll start planning we'll see what the brackets are. We'll start doing the matchups. We'll do the research. We'll present it to you guys so that we can kick Rob off his high horse.
Yeah, please try. Please take your best shot at the champ.
Sorry, you won't get the reference, but maybe those watching will. That's about it for this week's episode of Asia Pickleball Insider. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in again next week for a Pod Picks episode. Should be a lot of fun. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. That's the thumbnail.